Oops. I started streaming before going to my channel and actually entering a title for the live stream. Bruce live now. Talk about what's going on. Why not? I'll go right part 2. Sorry, everyone. I'll be with you in a moment. Yeah, I sort of started the live stream before going onto the channel. Dumbass. Almost there. Live streaming. We'll change. Oh, Joe Fugallo. Hello. Almost there. All right, let's put this. What's going on? Evening stream. April 17th. Sorry about that. The title will change afterwards. Hey, everyone's here before me. I started live streaming before actually getting onto YouTube. How's everyone doing? Let's see here. Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa. I like that. Hello. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. Andy Kane. How's it going, brother? Hello, Mona Lisa. What a nice name. Digital Soldiers 3rd. You're right on, man. Thanks for being here, brother. David Icke. Yes. Yep. I've been listening to a lot of what he's been saying. Always, but especially recently. For sure. Hey, Bruce. How is Dana Shiver doing? How are you, my dear friend? How's it going, everyone? I hope everyone's in a good mood tonight. I'm almost in a good mood. Almost in a good mood. Hello, Darla. Hey, Carlos Skywatcher. How's it going, man? What's up back, man? Hope everything's good. Thanks for coming back, man. London Real, David Icke. Andy, yeah, probably. I'm hearing a lot about what's going on. And, I'm familiar about what he's saying about the 5G. About them having to cut trees and whatnot. And I've been listening. It's interesting. Glad you could make it. Hey, Harry Brookover, same to you, sir. You got the Mona. It feels like the end. But you know what? To me, Mona, it feels like a new system. We need a new system, right? They're making a new one. They're going to have to. That's for sure. A lot of red flags maybe going on. You have some truth and some lies together, You have people dying for real, but then we look at the news in certain ends and hospitals are empty. I know people are dying, but I just wish they told us the complete truth. You see China's numbers today? China's numbers, they're finally telling some truth. China, you've been seeing 0 numbers in their deaths every day for the past month. And now you go see China today, this afternoon, or even this morning, they were up to already 1,300 dead today. The time change is different. I'm looking on worldometers. If you want to check out the corona virus death rates or whatever, the graphs, go to worldometers. It's the best place to go. That's where I go anyways. I don't think it's the end, though. You got to say it's a beginning, Mona. A new beginning. But now here's the thing. There's a lot of people on Earth in life that are rebels, right? Well, that's not going to work too much. And I'm not talking about those who want to stand up for themselves. I'm talking about people causing troubles and stuff like that. They're going to get round up right away. First ones out in the street are going to get round up. So you got to play it smart and you got to sit back and check to see what's going on. I say as long as they don't come with any military checkpoints, no military state for sure. Martial law, that wouldn't be too good. But, of course, maybe it'll be needed at one point because of the pandemic, right? That's what it's made to look like, I believe. Hello, everyone, says Dana Shiver. Brad Thurkle. Hi, Bruce. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning back, Brad. Thank you very much, man, for following the research, bro. An Irish coffee. Hey, Jim Schultz. Jim Schultz. I have a Schultz. I always call him Schultz. Sorry about that, man. Thanks, Jim. As always, for the comments, for being here, man. Alfie Joe Bob, thanks for coming back, man. Good evening, Bruce, and all the Bruce seats. Thanks, man. Alexis Liberos. Hello. Thanks, Alexis, for stopping by, everyone. You guys rock. Do you see they're going to launch? They say for the first time on U.S. soil since 2011, going to launch astronauts to the space station. Okay. I thought they were all launched from Florida or from wherever, Houston or... Yeah, I guess it is Houston, isn't it? Maybe Kazakhstan. Who knows where they're launching it. We got our Rocket Man. Rocket Man! They're gonna... Launching ballistic missiles from South Korea again. Doing some more tests. Rocket Man. Since Trump called him Rocket Man, well, I love calling him that. Maybe one day Kim Jong-un is going to throw some missiles that are not made of styrofoam. Because styrofoam, what happens is when it's over the ocean, it breaks up, right? Hey, Zombie. Thanks for coming back, man. Hold on, let me go down a list here. Poupette, a new beginning? Of course, a new beginning. It's a brand new beginning. All this elite and Agenda 21 stuff is real. Yeah, sure. But once they start a new system, at one point, peace will come back, and there's going to be, a kinder way of dominating people. I see. That's the only thing we have positive to see. A new beginning, when I say Poupette, the new beginning is climate-wise. I'm not talking about the destruction of man and humanity by the elites. What I'm talking about is the climate, the changes, the cleansing of the earth, the earthquakes and all that. See, the earth is cleansing itself and it's going to do a shift. But who knows what happens when the earth shifts and everything shifts. If the earth shifts, the whole solar system is going to follow. Everything is going to follow. Everything is going to shift. And that could be cataclysmic. Jim G. Hold on, let me see here. Hi, Christy. Thanks, Christy. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Deidre Baker. Thanks, Christy. I'm going down here. Just seeing a lot of people here tonight, guys. Thanks. Holy crap. Hold on. Let me scroll down here. Sugar Booger. Good evening, Bruce. I said that. Jeez, Bruce. I'll get there at one point. Carlos Skywatchers. I'm okay, thanks, brother. My pleasure, man. Edward Snowden. Andy. Yep. Yeah, you know a lot, Andy. Did you know that Edward Snowden asked for a three-year prolongation to him staying in Russia a couple of days ago? I follow a lot about Edward. I know all about Edward Snowden. And, yeah, this would probably not be the best time for him to come into the country. Definitely not. He was extradited, right? He fled to Russia. Then he leaked information instead of giving it all to one person. What he did is he tried to reach several media people in the media, right? Different media stations, and to try to leak certain information about the U.S., I think, is what he did. And he found a place that they were keeping him safe in Russia, probably where he leaked the information, I guess. But yeah, I know a bit about Edward. There's a whole bunch of them, eh? The whistleblowers and truth seekers, Some of them get killed. Some of them die. Aaron Swartz. There's another one. Hello from Europe. Poupette, bonjour. C'est un plaisir. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Michael Cervantes. Hello again, man. Thanks, bro. Yes, welcome Europe for sure. Is something else coming? I wonder, Michael. I know there's a bunch of things. It depends on what you mean. If you're talking asteroids, if you're talking meteors and stuff, there's a bunch of stuff happening. We've got Atlas apparently still supposedly right now breaking up on its way towards the center of the solar system, towards the sun. Maybe it could be seen there at one point, probably exploding. But there's the new Swan, it's C20, right? We're past C19 now. This is C20. It's a new finding, and since they're using the names and the dates of when they're found, this is Swan is actually a new finding. Who found it, right? Canada, even us, we have satellites out there, neosats, they're looking for asteroids and meteors. Canada has 2 or 3 satellites that go by every 100 minutes to do surveillance over the Arctic and a whole bunch of other things, and to look for asteroids and meteors and that are incoming to Earth, right? And these are how Swan and all the other asteroids are being found. April 29th, we have another one that's it's very big. It's going to be really close to Earth. They say probably many hundreds of thousands of miles out, millions of miles out, but I don't know. We'll see. Do they ever get the trajectory perfectly right? Of course not. I think something also, Michael Cervantes, something's being set up over a period of maybe 15, 25, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. And now it's like we're coming to the point where we're seeing a whole bunch of things happening. We're seeing treaties end with the Queen and certain realms, right? These treaties that were lasting 100 years, back from 1920 or even 1910, some of them, it's all ended now. But it's funny, the last pandemic, 1918, and now, there's a gunshot. And now in 2020, it's not true, in 2019, almost 100 years, it is 100 years because it came out before. They didn't tell us, right? COVID, it's been 100 years ago was the pandemic, exactly 100 years ago. We're in 2020, it was 1918. That's crazy. I think we're going to see a lot more waves. China, geez, see all the cases in China, like 1,300, over 1,300 dead today. One world government, yeah, Alfie. That's exactly what they're saying, right? The New World Order. It's scary when you think of it. I remember hearing about it 10, 15, 20 years ago, but on the internet, maybe 20 is pushing it, say 15, but it was there around 20 years ago anyways. It's just not much on the internet. Am I going to say it? Yeah, the train tracks, the conspiracies with the Walmarts, where all those tanks that we're seeing in during the Gulf War that were coming into the States. There must have been at least, and I'm not kidding, at least 10,000 to 25,000 Army vehicles on trains, the people you've seen on videos. So you wonder what the heck's going on. Do you guys remember the body containers, the big containers? They talked about it in the news 10, 15 years ago. The containers were supposed to hold up to 5 people per container, and with just the plastic seals, right? They're all in the desert. And then it's like people forget about them. But I see that as one, maybe a preparation for something bad to happen. Yes, but then again, sometimes it looks like it's all planned, right? That everything's planted everywhere, They would need 5G, obviously, to whatever, to do all this stuff. But I don't know. Hey, Deidre Baker. Thanks, Deidre. Dana shiver. Dana give me shivers. Carlos. Hey, everyone, says my friend Jim G. How's it going, bro? Hope everything's good with you, Jim, and family, the wife. Our hospitals are also empty. Thanks, Poupette, for letting us know. Well, apparently here in town, not too far away, there's another, office area or bed area, whatever, that's going to be used for hospital beds, either 10, 15, 20 beds. But you drive by the hospital, I don't know. Is it full? Is it not full? Maybe they're preventing for something, the inevitable. I don't know. But, if it's my guess, thanks again, Christy. If it's my guess, the peak is not even close, right? There's no peak yet. When there's a peak, we'll be seeing. Well, I don't know. I'm not hoping it. But you would have obviously guessed. No, like 10,000, 25,000 a day dying. That would be a peak. And I'm counting the 200 countries there. We'll say to the 210 because there's some that they add in certain areas, and because in reality the world only has 203 countries, I think. But there's a certain associations extra. They talk about the world countries. Do you guys know that? Certain areas that are considered off the grid, like not part of the countries, but they're still there. I have the name on the tip of my tongue, but I forget. WG, yeah, 1WG, yeah. Gonna be bad. Time for military tribunals. Yes. That's what's coming. Hey, Brett. Probably Jackson, Rip Holmes. Nice to see you too, bro. How's it going, man? I know, bad, eh? It's horrible. Brett S. Too late. Yes, probably. Probably. Tisa Hannaford. Hey, how's it going? China is victim. Communist control everything. Could be a victim. We'll never know that. China should have told people about what was coming. The governments, they shut their mouths and then people get sick, and it's all for money and power. And it's really, really sad. No matter who it is, whether, I'm not going to take sides, but yeah, I am. Because China has always been, hush hush anyway, so not cool. Definitely not cool. Because it caused all the other countries to get infected. And then the misinformation by all the media that we have to listen to, put on your mask, take off your masks. It's sad. It's really sad to see that a system with that much money and that much supposed knowledge could have experienced that, We're not talking about just any Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? We're talking about governments that have hundreds of people there that are doing their business and working, and I don't know. Maybe that's a president. Maybe that's a president. Maybe that's a president. Hello? Well, thank you very much, sir. I'm live streaming right now. No problem. Love you, man. Thanks a lot. Bye. Sorry about that. Yeah. But you could be right, Mona. Absolutely could be right. It gets to me. It really gets to me. It's not fair. The countries, they should be telling people exactly what's going on, the exact numbers and everything. And Mona, if China's that innocent, how come this morning they have 1,300 dead and they said that it was over, the peak was over, and they let people back out in the streets just to go to that last celebration that they had? For me, I have no respect for that when you see them doing that, because other people can get sick, right? But we don't fend for each other. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Darla, Dana, Christopher R. Hey, Christopher Rollins. Colton Lewis. Thanks, Christy. Hey, Bruce, hope you're having a good night. Yeah, pretty good, actually. I'm fingers crossed. It's freezing down here. We're getting snow and everything. It looks dark. The sky's all shot to heck. But I hope to get some interesting infrared and maybe one point get some more objects that I got beside the sun. I got lots of video of that I want to get back up and process and show you all. There was just so many of them at one point. I think I even lost a couple, so... On a Russian rocket? Yes. Exactly. Could be. Hey, Jim G. Want to laugh? My grandfather loved him to pieces. When he passed away, my grandfather had his binoculars, right? These are the binoculars. I don't know if you guys can guess where these binoculars are from. The age, I'm not even gonna guess it. I'm gonna have to check it. I haven't even checked it yet, but it's obviously older. But I thought I saw something really cool. My grandfather was into mysteries just like me, or should I say, I was into mysteries just like him. Probably because of him that I'm a researcher today. Watch this. It was pretty cool. It's from the USSR, CCCP, Soviet Union. I thought it was funny. I don't know if you can see it. It's written right there. It's from the Soviet Union. No, I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it's got the CCP right there. They're good binoculars. I don't know if they're old or not. And you can see that it has the filtering in it. You can see the green in it, right? I don't know if you can see it. I'm assuming you're seeing the green inside of it in the lens. It's an awesome lens. Came with a bunch of filters. Just an old thing, but I didn't know it was from the Soviet Union. I thought it was pretty cool when I looked at them. I've been using them for years, and I didn't even realize it was from the USSR. Has the filters, other filters of different colors too. Old souvenir that still works great. Hey Christy, you were right on the money when you sent me that bat, eh? A week before the pandemic. Remember? Still got it. Still giving me energy. Derek Story. London says hi. Well, hello, London. How's London Bridge this morning? Hi, Andy Kane. Says Deidre Baker. On an old Russian rocket. Derek Story. Welcome, London, says Darla. Hey, there's a lot of people here. Am I getting down? Hello, JMAM. Let me see what people are saying here. I saw binoculars or something. All famous people are actors and puppets. They have zero say. That's right. Yeah, even the president's just a puppet. That's why Trump cut a couple of the strings and they're pissed, so. Is conscience evolution here? I'm scrolling back up again. Jeez. Yes, this is Ascension, not a takeover. That's right. Could be both. But yeah, you're probably right. Planet X, Nibiru, UC. Hello, iCross 7 generation. I don't know. I've seen a lot of large objects. I wonder if it would be that. But didn't Nibiru supposedly come by last year and then left, right? Where all the channels were looking at objects, and then I caught that big object. Those of you remember when I say blue Kashina, that big ass blue. It was bigger than this. The asteroid that I saw beside the moon. But they say that Nibiru was here and left, because I don't really know much about Nibiru. You know, I didn't even know it was real. Like at one point they didn't talk about it, and then NASA, Planet X, yes, Planet 9. There's lots of different names. There's Nibiru also. So many lies, as Aaron Davis says. Absolutely. Scratch, I didn't think of that. Let me see. How come I'm not seeing these people, my friends? Exact numbers are 0. Hello, says Cindy Lou. Hey, Cindy, how's it going? Mark Matheny is in the chat room. Oh, hello, Mark Matheny. Not a comment, but the firmament collapses. Yeah, it could be that too. But say to yourself, if it collapses, it must be because God wants it to collapse. He wouldn't make us suffer. No comment. Been suffering for thousands and thousands of years. The conscience evolution's in house. Aldora Dorota. We also need to watch out for, yes, Bill. Very sneaky and dangerous. Oh, he's definitely sneaky and dangerous. He makes vaccines and he created Microsoft. Not a good combination. It's like going out with somebody that, is a coroner and is a hitman. It's like it's not the same. Not a very good. Yeah. But he's got a nice house, though. You see, island actually. Conscience evolution. What if the God that everyone's waiting for to come down, Christ the Lord, is an alien? Would it change anything? Aside from we just grab the Bible and we go like where Jesus Christ is, we just like and we'd write like Zanudu. Just change the name. Okay, so that's Christ. I don't know. I like talking about it. Makes me laugh. Thank you, Darla. Thank you, Darla, for your trip to the moon. I appreciate that. It's all going in fuel, Darla. Valiant Thor, hello everybody, and every mind. Thank you, Valiant Thor, for coming back as usual. Nice to see you. Hey, Christy, I've been following it for a long time. Good evening, all, says XYZ. Hey, XYZ, thanks for being here. The moon is a windows to other worlds. I would actually believe that. I actually believe that the moon is part Earth. One world. Maybe we are in a trance. Watch this. We're inside of a planet. This is my mind. Really easily. We're inside of a planet. We're living on the inside of the planet. And when we're looking at the moon, we're actually looking at the bottom of the planet. And when we look at the sky, we're actually looking at the top of the planet. And we could see outside of the planet, but nobody can see in. We're actually in a sphere, right? So the moon that looks flat is actually the bottom, and this, anyways, the sky. Who knows, right? Who knows? What a moron. Looks like the binocular case my grandfather had. Yeah, Natalie, well, that's it. That was my grandfather's. And it's a nice old case. I call it the leopard skin, if you want, or alligator skin, sort of. It's not real alligator skin. But, yeah, the olden days they had. When you see this at a garage sale or something and you see a case like that, well, it's going to be something old, usually. Actually. Oh, yeah, that's funny. This is going to be like over 100 years old. But just goes to show, it's only the whole bullets, right? But there's a mechanism on it. Actually, can you see it? I want to be sure you guys can see it. There's a mechanism on it, and it's like 100 years old, and it works like a charm. Incredible, eh? How they made things solid back then. You could blow this up, and it would still be okay. Little souvenirs from my grandfather, though. Doo-ba-doo-doo. There is only one world government. There is. And you know what? Maybe the thing is that in the elites, at one point, do you think that you think there was ever any fighting between the elites? There must be, because some competition, right? Like, what's the level of the elites? Like, are they all elites, or is it just like there's like 100 real elites and like the other 1,000 are just, brokers and accountants and whatnot? I have a playlist, but I'm not sure if it's public right now, but I can sort that after this. Okay, thanks for sharing that. J.O. Pereira had one of those, sold it for 60 euros with bag 100. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. Bruce, do you remember recording your first UFO? If so, can you tell us? Oh, yes. Listen, I'll be honest with you, Jordan. Thanks for asking, man. When I went outside the first time with a telescope, while I was setting up the telescope, and you guys, if you see Cindy Lou who's here, you could also check out her channel. She has infrared that she gets too, and she also gets the moon. Has an amazing channel, so you can check out Cindy Lou who. Cindy Lou who. Yeah, the first UFO I got. Get this, I set up the telescope, an Astromaster, okay, 70, which was my second scope. It was an extra scope I got. I call it my daytime scope because you can use it both in the day and at night. Not with the sun, but you know what I mean. Like you could use it like for looking at boats and stuff. When I caught the UFO, it was with my 5-inch scope, my Celestron, 1100 focal length. It's a good telescope. Probably paid about $1,100 for it. I had my solar imager, Next Image 5 at the back of it. I got the first UFO setting up. So that means while I was setting up and shaking around, I went to look at the footage after filming for 3 hours, and the first video, the first moment that my image came on, I saw one of the winding UFOs. So for me, it was beyond exceptional. Did I have tears in my eyes? I was so bloody excited. I said, oh my God, because I just wanted to get one. I just wanted to be able to catch one UFO. But then I started seeing other sizes of UFOs. And what I realized is that the reason why nobody sees the UFOs, simple. You have to have a very over-enhanced image sometimes, or over-magnified image, to be able to see under the clouds. And, you know, it gets blurry, gets pixelated. But yeah, when I saw the first UFO, I was flipping out. I got 2 UFOs the first night. And some of you remember when I did the unboxing of the big telescope, I told you guys, I'm just setting up. I'm going to go outside and I get the first UFOs. And I did. You see some UFOs on the moon. And now with the infrared, over the house, there's a whole bunch that's over the house here, just like crazy. Thanks, Dana. Yeah, they're old binoculars from the CCCP, Soviet Union. I wonder if they're worth anything. The fact that Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore. The USSR, eh? Back in the USSR. Thanks, Mr. Pereira. Use a full spectrum camera to see more. Actually, I used a regular camera, and I see more with the infrared. There's also solar imaging camera maybe I'd want to get into, but the ones I want to get into are a couple $1,000s. We're going to say to yourself, we're going to be able to see in infrared the sky in 4K, wide view. So we'll be able to, because you see, most often, all the time, when I'm filming, you hear me in the film say, oh, there's one off to the left. Oh, there's one off to the right. So I can't film them all because the sky is too wide. So if I had a wide lens, you know, like wide panoramic view, to be able to see them, because I want to be able to show you guys 6 or 7 of them at the same time, and not just always 2, 3, or 4. But we're getting there. We started off by that, and we'll definitely find some more, eh? Gonna scoot off and get a coffee. That's fine. Do I have any coffee left? Yes. Sorry, so unprofessional. I don't have anything to drink, so I'm gonna need a coffee. I'm missing people, I'm sure. Let me go see here. Darla, Dana, thanks, guys. Dabs Anonymous, Cindy Lou, Christy Lindsay, Darla, Dana Shiver, Scratch, Mark Mathaney, The Conscience Evolution, Crying Hippie, JMAM. Oh, Delicious Miles 67 is here, and Zombie Cherokee 92. You've all won. No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to say hi. Hi. Then look at the world today. Running away in the world today takes everything you got. Oh, okay, hold on. Infrared? No, because it's all the same color. On the moon, I have seen blue light. Blue light. And I've seen some UFOs that are just like a cloud. Some are just like debris or junk. It's just black, sort of not very bright. And the golden ones. I get the golden UFOs. But in the sky over me, like you were talking about the other day, Christy notices, and it's true, she says, you look up at the sky and there's a whole bunch of other stars that have a lot of colors to them. And it's true, because I'm assuming it's because there's less chemtrails. And, you know, it's simple. Mars is red and sparkly. Venus is just... Venus last night, it was almost impossible to see. It was so refractive. It was incredible. It was just like this beam of light. You ever notice that? When you look at Venus? Look at Venus and you're going to see, it looks like there's an object in front of it. But that's the refraction of light coming off. And I filmed it the other day. Remember, you could see that triangle on the bottom. It looks like it was over a pyramid. Well, that's the refraction of light, I think, is so intense, you know. So, CH45, 1, and 65804, Shadows. Hello. I know that code. I watched the Moon Rising documentary today. It was good. Natalie, thanks for giving me a heads up. Somebody told me this morning actually, that I should watch it, and that it was pretty good. So, I'm definitely going to take a look at it. Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, great. Okay, I have a retarded coffee cup. The coffee stays cold and the handle gets warm. Hey, Richard Borgia. Welcome back, my friend. Welcome back to those good old days. Do you guys remember... Oh, what the hell was the name of that? Oh, you guys are too young, probably. Welcome back, Cotter. How are ya? Trip to the oldies. Bruce is getting old. Regular, but with removed infrared filter. Ah, okay. I'm going to have to try a whole slew CH45, 1 and 6 of different filters and cameras. So yeah, with the removed infrared filter, full spectrum with the removed. Yes, I had tried that with the camera that I had done myself at one point, and yeah, you do see a lot. That is true. Richard Borba in the chat room. Unequal reality. IR is the shiznit. Yes, it is. It's the shidazzles of all shidazzlers. The shidaddlest shiddles in the shidles. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, infrared camera. The one I have, right, it's 6th gen. No, it's -1 gen. It's good because it has a small image. You can't see wide. So it picks up a shitload of light, excuse the expression, a lot of light. And you know, I'm amazed because in the frame you could see meteors go by. The falling stars are picked up completely and entirely the minute they light up, with no pixelation on the IR camera. It's really, really good. The light's intense. I have the option. My camera is still a good camera. I could do the infrared in color. There's a color filter literally on the camera that I could add to it, and a bunch of other things. But in general, the one I do is the IR 0, lowest infrared light picking up, because if I use IR 3, I'm probably going to pick up Andromeda. It's too bright. Well, where I am, it's too bright. I'd have to go to definitely to a dark area. Carefree Observatory. How's it going, brother? You guys, Marty's been doing some building. You got to check out his video, guys. He's going to town. Literally going to town. I want some of those cactuses, Martin. This guy has amazing cactuses. They look like plastic cactuses. We have some around here. They're worth like $300. They're fake. These big ass cactuses that are like definitely 20 feet. I don't know, but they're tall. I like pointing my laser into the sky at night, hoping to get a response. Aldora, absolutely. Probably best is the blue laser. I haven't gotten much response with the red laser, but honestly, you talk to them. I mean, I got flashed so much at one point that it came right into my lens. It was just retarded. It came into the lens. Marty, thanks so much, bro. Thanks, man. You rock, buddy. No, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So, because they got lots of cash. Yes. They got lots of cash. Say to yourself, thanks again, Marty. You know, how much would it cost for Rockefeller or Gates or whoever rich out there to grab $3 trillion, right? Stimulus package for another year. couple of trillions of dollars. It'd be nothing to them. So you always wonder, how can there be an economic crash if there are billionaires in the society? I'm sorry, no billionaires aren't supposed to pay for everyone. They wouldn't have to. But the government could depend on them to pay trillions of dollars. And then if they lend, like if Bill Gates lends us $1 trillion, we'll give him back $1 trillion and $1 million. You know, the $1 trillion million deal. That's a good deal. Lend me $1 trillion, I'll give you back $1 million extra. Wow. I'll never see that many zeros. I can't even count that high. I can't even count that high. CarefreeObservatory.com. Absolutely. Oh yeah, we got to be careful with those links too, now? These stupid laws that we have in with the live streams. We have to limit the links and talk about them. You guys have to be more careful than me. I'm probably allowed to post them more. But that's how it is. But I say screw it, man. It's not like we're terrorists or anything. We're just posting links, right? Hey Bruce, last video of Moon was amazing with the round-looking structures. Thanks, man. And buildings so clearly. Thanks, Lexus. Yeah, they're really straight up clear. And unfortunately, you could see all around them, there's a smoke, right? You see there's a smog. Everything's blurred around them. But they're there. They're right there. And they're real. What I'm excited about is that, I doubt it, but if ever NASA says they're going to land on the moon, if ever they did land on the moon, could you imagine everything that we would see? Every time they do a test on the moon, or they blow something up, or they go up into the atmosphere of the moon, or they send something up in the moon, we're going to see it. We would definitely see it. For real, bro, what's your opinion about the Comet Swan and Atlas smashing into one another? Can look at models like they collide around May 21st. I have to check. Could be they smashing each other. I'll tell you what, the magnetism that they have when they're beside each other, could you imagine? Say to yourself, 3 comets or 3 asteroids or meteors inside of the solar system at the same time? Let's hope the planets aren't aligned. Let's hope it's not a full moon, because that's what's going to happen. Let me remind you that when they said the Atlas was smashing into bits and pieces, the moon was almost full. And that's always what happens. The moon pulls everything towards it. The moon is the boss. It's the magnet. The magnet boss. Hey, Penny Bunny. Thanks for being here, Penny. Hey, ya Penny, says Scratch. Stephanie Martin. Non means anything. Penny Bunny is in the chat room. Welcome. Penny Girl. I know that song. Penny Girl. It was in Sky 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for it. I'm looking for some of those comments. Definitely looking for some of those comments. Problem that I have here right now is that the sky is crap. Crap. No chemtrails, though. Thank goodness. I listened to that show in full hats. Hello, Amy. Hello, all alien hunters. Yes, there's probably a lot of alien hunters here. Definitely. Do you guys think there's aliens on the moon? Or do you think the buildings are older buildings? Maybe it could be both. I think they're occupied. I think so. Objetos ocupado. Definitely. Salut Bruce, nice to see you live. Stay safe. Edward, merci. Thank you very much, man. My pleasure. And thanks for your feedback. My pleasure to find Comet Atlas with my binoculars before it broke up. That is pretty cool, man. I'm happy you did get a chance. The weather was crap for me. But, and like I said, hey, if you still want to find it, Big Dipper, the tub, not the handle side, where the tub is, you have 4 stars. And it's the end of the tub. There's 2 stars pointing off like that to make the tub, right? And don't forget the handles on that side. And the 2 stars that are at the end of the tub, if you go in a line with those stars, you go to the North Star, the Polaris star. And the Polaris star is over top. And then Carmelo Pardalis is just over to the right downwards. And that's where it's supposed to be. I haven't seen it yet. But again, it broke up. That's what they said. And apparently it diffused. It got really dimmer. A lot dimmer. Moved on. That our building. People did it in past and moved on. You think it's ancient, right? So people lived there. There was a society or whatever. And then, time went on. Race died off. Cataclysmic event or whatever. That could absolutely be. Welcome, trolls. You gotta laugh too at the end. Oh, we love the trolls. Jealous trolls. Winter is back over here. So cold out. Isn't it crazy, JM? It is freaking crazy. Get the shovels out, right? Yesterday it was so cold too. There must be much more inside the moon. I think so, Dorota. I think there's definitely tunnels inside of the moon, speculatively speaking. Why not? We got some here on Earth. But do they go right down? I don't know. Maybe they go like underneath and then level out. The UFOs are definitely there. That's what I would say. Definitely. They're going under the hazes, so they're getting caught. I don't think they use what we know as fuel. I'm more thinking the use of the electric. Scratch, that's really interesting. You know what? After all, it's everywhere in space. Yep. And electric is far more efficient than rocket propulsion. Yeah. And far less consuming, like for the gas on Earth, right? We're emptying out the Earth of all its elements. It's just totally crazy. I see smokes though up there. And I see actually some of them that do have smokes at the back. So you got to wonder if it's not some humans up there too, when you see it. But I would say the same thing as you. It'd be cost efficient too to make everything electric. But maybe not the exact same electric. I don't know. I tend to think a UFO is teleporting itself. I'm believing more and more that a UFO, it's a teleportation. That when you see a UFO going by in the sky, even if you see it slowly going by, it already went by hours before. That's what I believe. And that we're seeing it through the portal teleporting itself in time, right? Maybe that's the portal where we see the ghosts from. I think I need coffee. Hang on, go get my coffee. Why not? I don't know if any of you believe in spirits or ghosts or have had any encounters, but when you have an experience, a spiritual experience, never in your bloody life are you ever going to turn around and believe otherwise. So I meet a lot of people that have sexual. I meet a lot of people that have spiritual encounters. Who am I to judge if it's real or not? I've had some experiences, so I believe everyone when they tell me. Yeah, you get a lot of people that like the attention. Maybe sometimes they try to exaggerate certain stories, but I think that's the beauty of it, because that's what keeps everything hidden, right? You know, no matter how honest the person is, if he starts talking about that spaceship that he saw last week, he's going to lose credibility, or people are going to be more skeptical, right, of it. Geez, I just cut my hair. It's cold here. Brr. I think I have a hair cutting problem. I have to stop cutting hair. Things are getting short. JMAM says, I believe in ghosts. Well, remember, JM, that night that I showed you the UFOs? Wow, Bruce, what's on your mind? Bow, bow. You saw it. You guys, I mean, ask JM. First time she was with me, first time we were looking at UFOs. We went to see UFOs. I told her they'd be in the sky. How long did it take? Honestly, JM, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. We started seeing UFOs go by in the sky. And then I said, we'll try to interact with them, try to get some flashes of light. And they sent down a beam of light to the car. Right? It's for real. This happened. She was a witness. She probably won't admit it because it sounds totally crazy. But it happened. It scared the shit out of us, actually, eh? Really scared us. Really good. SA says, I've seen spirits. I have absolutely no doubt. Same here. And I leave it at that, right? Like that's for me, I've seen them. I've had the experience of it all the way down to being pinned down in my bed. Do I talk about these experiences? Of course not. They're embarrassing. They're personal or whatever. But I'm sure every one of us has had that one point where, and I mean, I'm talking as stupid as, I mean, how many times has it happened? I'm up to about 150 times, you know, that things move. And I mean, move. You know, I could scare you with some of the stories I went through. Those of you who know me, I talked about a story, a shadow at one point. I was with my two best friends, JP and Eric, actually. I'm going to have to tell them. They're probably too shy to come online, but I would love to have an interview with them to be able to, for them to really tell you what happened that night, where three friends are together, and no one's going to believe me, but I'm going to tell it anyways. Three of us are together, 3 candles burning, a red one, 2 white ones, and we start talking about spirits. 17, 18 years old, right? And one of our friend's shadows stopped moving. We were looking at the shadows because the candles in the small room, you know how it bends our shadows over to the ceiling and our heads come up on the ceiling and we're like, the heads are sort of moving, right? And it's like it's oscillating, right? Well, his shadow stopped, but my shadow and Eric's shadow kept moving, following us. And then I looked at Eric and I punched him in the shoulder twice. And I said, look, he said, I see it. I said, do you see what I see? I said, I see a shadow that stopped. And he was speechless. We were looking at the shadow, and the shadow was not doing what JP was doing, guys. And I'm not kidding you. And the shadow was looking at JP. JP was looking at the shadow, and the shadow went like this, with his 2 arms in front. You can't see with the fists. And he just locked there. And then he didn't move for about 30 seconds. And then he went like this. Imagine seeing, I'm not lying, the shadow all of a sudden the shadow was afraid. I'm not kidding. It started looking left and right at us in the house, and it could see us. It was stressed out. I saw the shadow bend down and grab a knife, a long knife, and started flailing it to our heads. And I'm not kidding you. The shadow was running after us, laughing my head off, spilling my beer. I mean, running over my friend's couch. We're laughing our heads off. We're at the same time tears in our eyes. And that shadow disappeared only when we turned the candles off. The shadow realized something happened to his shadow. It locked. And when it locked, it got straight as a board, and its two fists went like that, and it just looked upwards. And I was just staring at it. And then it started looking around like it saw us, and it started flailing a knife at us and everything. So good night, everyone. Have a nice night. Hey, guys, would you not share that with someone if that happened to you? That horrified me. I mean, yeah, I light candles now. But honestly, I never stare at my shadow for nothing. I don't insist on it moving. And that's the dead truth. I swear to God. I shouldn't swear to God. But yeah, make a long story short, essay. That's what proved to me that when you see that, you know shit is happening on the other side, that it's real. But why was it wearing clothes? They didn't give a crap, my friends, about it be wearing clothes. I did not like the fact that his shadow, do you understand what I'm saying? His shadow had clothes on that was not his JP's clothes. It was a cloak. And I'm not kidding you. And I saw it. And then we're laughing our heads off, but afraid at the same time. But it was hilarious. It was like never before seen in a dream. And then obviously, it was just a shadow, but we still were running because we could see that bloody shadow running across the ceiling as the friggin' shadow was trying to stab at a very fast motion. The hands were wailing, and this thing was creeped out on us and wanted us dead. When we turned out the lights, everything was gone. But then again, we just really probably couldn't see him. But I'm telling you, I did not sleep that night. And when that happened, it was like, holy crap. Yeah, it was holy, all right. Or demon. It was something demonic. Definitely. Years ago, this place is a wet blanket. Died in ER years ago. This place is a wet blanket. Okay. Not really following that, but how did you know my blanket was wet? Penny Bunny, thank you from the channel. You are awesome. Of course she is. I'm sure recently I've been seeing things in my peripheral vision. It keeps happening. It happens to me a lot, Scratch. A lot, man. And to the point that when I was younger, without getting paranoid, I started really, really wondering how come I was seeing so many things like that. And, you know, even down to experiencing the witch board and Ouija and stuff. I didn't do like kids did. Try to go in haunted places and use the board. I was by myself in the basement at home. I mean, this is something that, you know, was normal that we received at that age when I was young. It was a Warner Brothers game or Parker Brothers game that you could order at Kmart. And it was just a Ouija board, plastic on top, but it worked, you know. And those of you who don't believe the Ouija boards, sorry. I could have a seance here by myself and not touch the board and have it move for you all and answer questions that you guys want to answer. Why I don't do that? Because people are freaking creeped out about it. And when I did that, when I was at a younger age, I started noticing that I was seeing a lot more shadows. I wouldn't go as far as saying that I was experiencing bad luck, but I tend to think that I had like a demon around me, right? Things were going bad at one point and stuff. I don't know. You got to wonder if maybe playing with the other side is not good. And I was not playing with the other side, but some people really play with the dark side through Satanism and stuff like that. And that does only one thing. The devil is a pussy cat. Okay? It doesn't exist. Only bad people exist. There's a very bad demon, many demons, but the devil does not exist. I excluded him in my reality. That's what I did. Nobody is ever going to make me believe that it exists. There's lots of ugly mother effing demons out there, but maybe the devil for me doesn't exist. And that's, if you let him get in, you know, he's going to take you over. That's what I believe. I believe it has a lot more to do with than just spinning something around, you know, and calling the devil. Ever wonder why? Grandparents used to ever say that, any of you? Don't spin the ashtrays. Don't spin your glass or bowl. Call the devil. Wonder why, eh? Electronics pop on and make noises sometimes when I'm in the room. Don't know why. Yeah, that's my problem, Chrissy. Chrissy, you're just like me with the energy. Chrissy's the same thing with the energy distribution. And yeah, same here. Bank machines never work. The teller, when I go into the teller, she says the same thing all the time. She says, just a minute. This is odd. My screen went blank. And I'm not kidding. I'm not bullshitting anybody. It's absolutely true. I mean, the live streams, I don't know how many live streams I made here and have the lights popping off while I'm doing the live streams at the same time talking about it. I don't believe it's coincidence. I believe that the energy, the distribution of it is very real. I believe people can use it, or feel it somehow, whether it be mentally, physically. Energy's real. Some people have that healing energy in them, I can make beer appear in cups. Watch. No, I wish. I say beer. I don't even like beer. More of an Irish whiskey guy. E-Dub. New news, Darla. It wasn't bad enough to kick her all the way out. Just enough to slow her roll. The Schumann is a frequency. Oh, yes. The Schumann. Very, very... I've been studying recently, actually, the Schumann... the Schumann theory. Well, everything has a resonant frequency. If something can match that frequency, it can create sound. Isn't it interesting? Love frequencies. Like when you run a wet finger over a glass. Yep, over the rim of a wine glass. Absolutely. That is absolutely right. And scratch. It's so interesting, eh? And you must have been as interested as me. Hi, Lisa Marie. She says, I do. Yes, thanks, Lisa, for sharing that. Definitely believe in spirits. And what was I going to say? Schumann. Scratch. Yeah, the sounds that people are experiencing and hearing out in the universe, right? Remember last year, and I think even this year or something, wasn't it in Russia or something? All those big sounds that were coming from far. It sounded like big metal tails in the gym, at the end of the gym being pulled. That's the only thing I could hear. The friction. I don't know if it's the sound before an earthquake or whatnot, but it is friggin' interesting. Happens a lot in town at the parts store. The computer's there too. Yeah, well, goes down. Embarrassing. Yeah, well, you're just like me, Christy. And it's every place, to the point that when the computer goes bad, often I don't say anything, but I back up. Because I think it's me, so I just back up from the computer. Say maybe it's going to go better. España, bienvenido, gracias. Got people from Spain here. How freaking cool is that? What's all the chat about, Tony Aquilina? Well, it's all about what's going on, yo. Talking about spirits, shadows. Have you ever had any spiritual encounters, some scary spiritual encounters? We should get a Ouija board and start playing here. Maybe get a few seances going. I'm new here, although I've known your channel of the best moon recordings for years. Milan S., thank you so much. You're more than welcome. Thanks a lot for checking out the channel. And we all have healing energy, says S.A. I believe it, man. I absolutely believe that. Hello from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Hey, hello, man. It's great to see you. Thanks for your time. Marcos, peace, bro. Thanks a lot, man. We love you down here in Quebec. So I'm going to get going, everybody, but I do want to... Rita Bells. Hola, saludos desde España. Rita Bells, thank you. And yeah, I want to say a great big thank you to each and every one of you. I'm going to hurry up and get a video up on the Friends channel and then scoot back over here to hurry up and get another one up for y'all. Maybe a couple of more little flying objects around the sun before we get into the 4K moon. I got a lot of footage from last month. Could be checking that out, but I'm just, let me know if it's getting boring. Let me know. I'll do some changes, try to look at some stuff. Thanks for the patience. I mean, your mind is where the power is. I believe that, SA. Absolutely, bro. If you're bro. Carefree Observatory. You guys got to check him out. Marty is going to town in Arizona. Carefree, Arizona. He's building his observatory. 40 years construction experience. He's building his own observatory. Just did the cement. Got his optical head. He's building all the telescope city itself. He's building it. He bought the optical head. He's building how it's going to be run, what it's sitting on. And yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. How about the 5G frequency? Well, man, let me tell you something. Frequencies are just frequencies, right? I've always believed that frequencies are not necessarily good because they go through our heads, they go through our body parts. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen these detailed videos where they show the penetration of cell phones going through your testicles, going through the stomach, the pancreas, the brain. They say that teenagers suffer a lot because of, always the cell phone there. It's not good. So the 5G, the problem with that, and I'm not the one that's doing any, you don't owe me any thanks for having found out any of this. It's that I've been hearing, like everyone else, like David Icke is talking, they're burning down stuff so that 5G, it can't bounce through buildings. That's the thing. It needs wide open area, right? So you got to wonder, well, Jesus. They're burning down the tropical forest, the rainforests. And they're literally burning it down because the tribe members, remember the one that died? He was killed. He was murdered. Do you remember that? He was shot, I think. They said they were burning down the forests. Why? The jungles. It's sad when you think of it. Chernobyl, wildfires burning. I think they just finished. They said that the fires in Chernobyl, the chemicals in the air there because of the wildfires, the meters are skyrocketed 10 times higher than it was in the most epicenter infected zone where the head is. That's where it's the most infected. So thank you very much, everyone. I love y'all. I appreciate it so much. David Icke, very informative. Support him. He is, Craig. No, I love the pieces, man. My mom watches him too. She knows more about him now than me because I looked at David Icke way back, man. He was there before Anonymous was out there, okay? And when he started talking about things, it was just obvious. It was really obvious what he was saying. He's not a liar in any way. So, yeah, California too. Damn right, SA. There you go. A couple years ago, eh? And even recently, burnt the hell out of it. California was in the news here, okay? There are parts of Canada or wherever that was getting smoke from California. It was so bad. I saw one in the Netherlands, says Milan S, a UFO. This was end of 2016, Place Limburg, Venlo. And this was at a height of gliders. Wow, what is popular? Here is 60, 70 meters high. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. When I see the UFOs going by, they are as high as a bit lower than small planes, or about as high as small planes that I'm seeing, but not all of them. Some of the ones in the last video, my gosh, they're so far away you could hardly see them. But what levels are they at? Satellites are only 400 and some kilometers, right? The 5G, right? It's closer to the ground, the 5G ones. We should be seeing them really big. I don't think so. They're small. Why would we see a small satellite? I'll tell you what. I'll ask Christy in the States to go outside on her land and to put up on one of her shed roofs, if she has a shed, to put up a washing machine there. We're going to cut down all the trees from here to Christie and cut through the mountains and every building in the way. And I bet you I'd have a hell of a hard time seeing her washing machine. So, I don't know, if people can actually see the satellites. Anyways, Thank you very much, everyone. I love you all. They kept spraying chemtrails above, and so the HARP radio waves, yes, would work better. I believe that. EW, just like they did during Vietnam, when in the military, when they used to spray those planes, the jets, they used to make smoke so that, am I going to say it? They needed to be able to detect the enemies, and they were able to do it by radar, by putting smoke everywhere, because the radar was able to travel to detect through the smoke. Anyways, that's pretty high end. So thanks a lot, everyone. I love you all so much. Thanks for the ongoing support. Everybody, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat supper. And I'll get a video up for you guys late tonight. Be watching. I'm going to stay up late. I feel like getting creative. Thanks again, everyone. Be safe.